Back and better than ever. What is going on, everybody? This is week number 1 of the CSC Challenger Series. Proud and honored to be joined by this guy over here. I guess it'd be this guy over here, Mr. Sean Green. partner in crime. Glad to have you all back with us. How's it going, Sean?
Man, it's good to be back, and I just wanna know who the cool guy is over on your other side, you know what I'm saying?
Well, that would be
Uh,
Nick. He's in the background. He's in the background.
it's nothing like starting off a whole stream of a whole new season with, Nick not hitting the desktop audio button right away, and you had to redo the intro.
Hey,
It wouldn't be anything different. It's a new background, it's a new whatever, but it's still the same stuff, man.
hey, it looks gorgeous up in here, though. I tell you what, Nick's been working hard behind the scenes. Appreciate y'all being here for this new session of the CSC Challenger Series, brought to you by Partners Promoting Darts. It's going to be a doozy of a season. We got some quite the lineup of players, both Division One and Division Two. What are you
Yeah.
thinking, man? It's hard to pick a couple two top spots here coming out in the king of the hill spot and then winning this one. It's gonna be hard.
Man, it's gonna be a challenge for all these players, and that includes our defending champion, Mr. Kenny Doyle, who's maybe not even this might sound blasphemous, but he might not be the favorite right now from any of the others. But
Crazy
uh,
to think.
it's gonna be crazy. I think it's gonna be wonderful, and I do also want to say we're sponsored this time around. Good old A to Z Darts getting on board, and it's exciting stuff. It's very exciting. So here we go, man. Listen up, Grand Board lovers. A to Z Darts is running a special where you can receive a free Grand Cam with purchase of select Grand Boards. Available for a limited time while supplies last. Options include the Grand Board 3S in blue, green, or white, as well as the Grand 132 Trainer dartboard, which is equivalent to the traditional size of a steel tip dartboard for better practice. The Grand Cam is currently only compatible with Grand boards and features dynamic auto zooming, which is actually really cool, I must say, which zooms in on award choice or chances, double out checkouts, and during cricket play. This, of course, makes it more fun online match experience. Pair the camera with a specially made Grand Cam arm accessory to that helps you perfectly mount the camera to your board. It's also found at a to zdarts.com. Um, so yeah, man, A
You
to Z
can
darts, and to the first of many. I'm not gonna mess it up that bad moving forward. Yeah.
well, that's what we wanted to announce that one because tonight you can actually have an opportunity to win a Grand Cam from A to ZDarts.com if you like and comment on the stream. So make sure you do that. We'll
Yep.
go, Ted, and take it on over to our bracket, though, as we want to take a look at this one before we get going. It's certainly exciting. We've got a great lineup coming at you for this first round. It's going to be Brett Holiday taking the bye, but Willie Walker, Johnny Lackey, towing the Aki here, probably as we speak, I believe.
Yeah, that's a big opening match for those two guys. Willie, of course, got the worst draw ever in the first round last season when he had to play against Kenny Doyle on the stream in the first match, and it was a fantastic opener. And I think that the opener tonight is going to be just as good here in just a second. But looking forward to the rest of this bracket. If you're looking down, Jarrell Rutledge and Jordan Meyer, the Laughing Assassin, getting it together. That's going to be a good one too, bud.
Yeah, that's actually already taken place. Jordan Meyer getting the win over Joe Rutledge. He actually sent me off a text and said, "Hey, 9-5 win. If you wanted to know, he's going to be the player who takes on the two gentlemen that we have towing the Aki tonight here on the stream next in the next round." So good for Jordan Myers. He's going to take on the winner of tonight's matchup, Ryan Dennis or Shane Caflisch.
Sean Caflisch. And
Caflisch.
hey, to the first of many of
Knew I
that
was going to
too,
mess it
but
up. First, I knew it was going to happen. It's going to happen.
no, for sure. Brian Dennis, playing out of Skybox in Central Florida. He was the third place finisher in our last CSC Challenger Series. And he probably, I think, going into that third place match, might have been the favorite there. Of course, we all remember his crazy matchup with Willie Walker in the fourth place match where they had nine marks in one leg. I think they combined for like 35 or 36 nine marks together. So, I mean, a lot of fireworks, maybe some dynamite going off tonight, bud. I'm just saying. And
Yeah,
then
yeah, it could happen.
Sean Caflisch from Baraboo, Wisconsin. So another Wisconsin guy, and they've been dangerous in this tournament in the past. So he just turned 38. Happy shout out, belated birthday there. But there's a lot of support with him over in Wisconsin. and I think it's going to be a great time. Both guys are right around a 5.0 average in their league, so we're going to see some good darts, and we're going to see a close matchup, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Brian playing out of Skybox, certainly playing out of Fishy's Bar and Grill. So it should be an entertaining matchup. I know I'm certainly excited. This whole division. I mean,
Yeah.
every stream that we're going to give you coming forward is going to be an interesting matchup. There's certainly some interesting matchups for last sessions, and I definitely knew that one. Some 3 or 4 matches that came down to the final deciding leg. So keep that in mind as we go forward here. But we got some good ones here. It's going to be Kenny Doyle, Mark Rowe. Take a peek at that one definitely tonight. It could be an interesting matchup. We'll see how Kenny comes into form.
I think we're seeing Kenny on the board next to Brian tonight, so we are going to get a look at Kenny Doyle. Maybe not his darts, but a nice look at him. So we might see how he's doing based on his demeanor. Although he doesn't really have much of a mixed bag of demeanor. He's not happy when he's up and not sad when he's down. So he'll probably look exactly like Kenny Doyle always looks. But I don't know. Maybe we'll catch a little something, like maybe a high five. Let us know that you won or something. That might be all we get out of him.
Hey, that's good. We'll get a like afterwards. He's usually an avid follower of the Partners Promoting Darts
Yeah.
page, so that's good. On a lot of these players are, which is nice to see. So
Hey, and shout out to everyone in the chat. I just want to say it's nice to see all of you again and some new faces for sure. The old people that we've seen for the past whole CSC Challenger Series last time. It's great to see you guys. Let us know where you're tuning in from always. Let us know who you got in this matchup. Again, a comment on the stream on Facebook at any point in time gets you entered into that giveaway for that Grand Cam. And it's a
Chris,
good giveaway. You should get
Chris,
into that bad boy.
Chris is doing it right by putting in a boom goes the dynamite. So let's get a couple of
Yeah,
those in here for
absolutely.
this A to Z Darts Grand Cam giveaway. But look, coming back to this bracket here, Skylar the Pine is going to be a good one to look out for, I think, in this CSC Challenger Series here. He has a bye waiting on Leonard Gates or Nick Selepic, so that could be a quality match that hopefully we can have streamed. Maybe, never know. We'll see how that kind of ends up going forward.
Yeah, if there's another vote on that, guys, and I, I know you guys love your friends, but Skylar Lapine versus the winner of Nick Selepic and Leonard Gates is going to be huge. I saw a couple of posts last night from him averaging above a 7, Skylar that is. So that's going to be a good one for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
And as we look down here, we got Rick Hens and Jamie Kopp. Rick is another person that's kind of he's I think he's third in averages or third in rating on PPD as far as who's playing in Division One. So definitely a favorite there. We get to see him against Jamie Kopp, Ken Rip, and Lavelle Sterling. It's going to be a good matchup as well. That one might actually that might
Both
be one that we look at like a last leg decider maybe.
both those guys are definitely equally comparable. I think in averages. I think they're really close net. Ken, I believe Minnesota area. Vel, I believe he's Nebraska, if I'm not mistaken. I know he's a Midwest guy. So 2 quality shots. Looking forward to seeing how that outcome happens. Another good one here that I'm surprised we didn't see on the scene, the Ram Rivera and Steve Deisher match. That's a quality match. It's happening for round one.
Yeah, for sure. And I got to see a little bit because Steve was live streaming from the location, and what I saw was I think it was a 7.25 against a 6.75, and they were pretty far along in the leg. So there's some definite firepower in that matchup. I'm kind of curious to see who pulled that one out.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I know these guys in the background. I don't want to skip anybody, but I know these guys are anxiously waiting to throw here in the background. I know I'm certainly excited. I know Mr. Nick here in the background has been doing the dirty work behind the texting booth, getting these guys ready to go. So I think we're gonna hop on over here. You can kind of see Brian saying, "All right, let's get going here. I'm
Yeah,
ready."
there is Mr. Kenny Doyle way back there in the background, along with I'm sure Nick Selepic is there. All those guys um, tend to come and root for each other, and it's great to see that, especially those skybox guys really look out for each other. It's crazy that I went to that bar on a whim because they had a blind draw that night and uh, changed everything for me. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely,
Would I
definitely.
wouldn't be here, that's for sure. But yeah, this is gonna be a great matchup. I think it's gonna get down to 9-7, 9-8. What's your prediction, bud? First one of the of the overall thing.
Oh, I was kind of not the prediction giver there for a little while. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to scrub anybody. But I'm gonna go with Brian just etching. Sean, I'm gonna go 9-7.
9-7.
9-7, Brian. I'm gonna go
Okay.
9-7, Brian.
I think I like the scoreline of 9-7. Um, Man, it's tough not to pick someone with the exact same spelling of your name with your name. It's so hard. Brian's played in this before. Sean, this is his first time in this, and that might make the difference. Honestly, I know both these guys had played for a while, but it's a new beast. Playing for $4,000 in first place. Um, that's a tough one. 4,500 now, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm about to say a little
Whew.
bit more, money on the line, but geez, Louise, that's some heavy dollar bills as we speak. Dollar bills. We're gonna get going here with our cork or our diddle. We do it a little unconventional here, where we go for 3 darts. The bat highest score gets the start. So that way we don't gotta worry about that closest to the bull nonsense. It's just kind of hard to do.
Well, yeah, definitely remotely. The cork is an interesting option that came available a few years ago as what they kind of figured out to do for that. And another trip 20 here will give Sean the start. Doesn't get it done, but it's loser starts. If you get down more than 2 legs, we do have our player advantage rule in place. Still, where the loser, whoever is down more than 3 legs, will go first, even if they win a leg, until it is back to within 2. Uh, the interesting thing that we're going to talk about, if we get to this point, we might get there tonight, honestly, on the first night. This last leg decider rule is a little bit different now.
Yeah, a little bit different on the last leg decider rules. So it'll be interesting how that plays out here.
Well, here we
See
go, leg
how
one.
Brian starts us off right underneath that first triple to start, but bangs it in there, stacks it on top, a couple after. Big 7 mark to start us off from Brian Dennis.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of those. And when do you think we get our first boom goes to dynamite, bud?
I told you before, I think we're going to get in our first leg, if not definitely the second, but I think we're due. We are due very, very soon. We got 300 plus in the chats today. Let's get it up. Let's get it up. Like, follow, share, people. Help us get to 10,000 followers here on the PPD pages.
I think Sean in that opening round did the great, if you're going to miss by 2 move there on the trip 16. Miss on the first start. Take it all day. All right, here is Sean Caflisch stepping up here. Only gets a 1 mark, and that's not a good start when you got Brian Dennis there.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit strugglesome start, I think. Brian, definitely the veteran here, being in this position multiple times. We streamed him up numerous times last year. So, yeah, he's kind of a veteran more than Sean is. So, yeah, I think he's going to be a little skittish on the start here. But I think he'll kick it in gear this here soon, if not second leg.
Yeah, it's coming, but Brian didn't really hurt that much there on that last round. And Sean does get 2 trip 18s. He makes him pay kind of a little bit for it, but we've got a 4.67 and a 5.67. I think you have to shoot above a 5 to win a leg unless your opponent's way off. I just think that's going to be kind of that standard tonight. We'll see out of these 2 players.
I think that's going to be our standard of this whole CSC Challenger Series, if not in that 5-5 range for sure. But yeah, I think we're going to be seeing some interesting marks. I know we have some players that can do some damage in legs and really put them away quickly. So yeah, I think we're going to see some low mark, or some low dart legs, I should say, not low marked legs.
Yeah, so obviously Sean's having an off leg on this first one. He had a trip 16 shooting at the 19s. And he's not scoring with the power that Brian Dennis is showing here. Ooh, just into the trip 2. That was right there. But what I love seeing in this chat, honestly, is first of all, Mark McFadden, who I got to meet in New York this past January. But he
Good
says,
guy.
a tater dart when you miss by 2 in the triple. That's what they call it in New York. And then Stevens Point Plover area, we missed that miss is called a holly dart. So there you go. I love seeing those different names for it.
That is great, isn't it? Well, we've quickly climbed up to about 350. That's excellent. William Stewart here of US Darts Productions, joined by Sean Green of To The Point Streaming. This is the Partners Promoting Darts CSC Challenger Series. Welcome if you have not been here before. Wow, oh wow, do we have a battle going down here. It's going to be Brian playing at a Skybox Tavern here. And Sean, we got his image from the Fishies Bar and Grill there on our game screen.
Who has a lot of people there watching him tonight. A lot of Wisconsin people are showing up there, cheering him on, and that's always a great feel as you see Brian Dennis get that first leg of the CSC Challenger Series on the board. A 5.05, so just barely makes me smart there by saying it has to be above a 5 if you're going to win a leg. Sean a little bit off in that one, but we're off and going. And guys, for a reminder, for today's stream, A to Z Darts is giving away the new Grand Cam to one of our CSC viewers. Compatible with any Grand board and used as a secondary camera to take your online play to the next level. This is a $55 value. If you don't personally own a Grand board, the Grand Cam would make an excellent gift to a friend. And I can say I've played against them before. I've not played on one, but my goodness, is it a lot of fun to watch. It's really cool. The technology is really cool.
Yeah, it's pretty neat to see these videos come out about these zoom features that it has. I'm really interested in grabbing a hold of one myself, and where you can have a chance and get entered into our giveaway here. Just like and comment on the stream if you have not. Pretty simple to do.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so what's going through Sean's head right now? He started off a little slow in that first leg. He does get a 7 mark right there to calm right back down, but chat saying slow down a little bit. A lot of support for Sean here in the chat too. I love that. It's good to see all this. This is so much fun.
Yeah, we've always had a pretty good support from Wisconsin people here. Looks like we had a big
we're trying to get to it. We're
almost
trying to get to it.
mark. Ooh, we almost had it there. Yeah, I think we've always had a big support system up in Wisconsin here for the PPD system. We've had a lot of people from the Wisconsin area playing on the stream, but yeah, it's so great to see. But I just want you all to know that Mr. Sean Green alongside me will take all these comments to his own, and he'll use them as a good little support system. So don't be chatting it up too much for Sean.
Yeah, I was about to say, it seems like a lot of people are really excited about my commentary tonight. It's good to see. It really is nice to see. Guys, the support is endless on my end too. Thank you so much for that. So wonderful. Guys, make sure you hit that share button for us. Hit that like button. If you have not followed Partners Promoting Darts, where you been? But head on over there. They deserve all of that support. This is a fantastic tournament. And look at that catch on the hero dart. Dart number 3 finally takes a stab at it, and I love that look, up almost 100 points. It was the right time to do that for Sean. Calm him down a little bit.
Yeah, point lead will do that for you. Give you a little ease the nerves here as we got 2 trip 18s. Oh, man.
I love this. Like, everyone's like, is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? But no, I'm telling you right now, though, the unfortunate thing for Sean is that when he starts throwing these big scores in here, all it's going to do is wake up the beast that is Brian Dennis into hitting some 9 marks. He's more than used to turning it on right at the right time.
Outside that trip 18 there with the first dart. Ooh, bad ricochet.
Yeah, that's a tough hanger on that first dart. He kind of has to work around it. I'm surprised it didn't move at the line. How do you do that? Do you move at the line? Do you try and open up your look there, or are you more comfortable just staying where you are?
Yeah, I'm definitely a mover. I'm constantly moving at the line, and if I'm unhappy, I'll try that like the other side sometimes too. That's my kind of go-to every once in a while. So yeah, I'm definitely a mover, but some old school style people, and Brian takes me as an old school style. People just kind of stand there and just rat tat tat try to go at it because he's using some old Eric Bristow darts. He said he hasn't He hasn't changed his darts in forever. They're old smoothies now, it feels like. So
Yeah, when you've been throwing with the same set of darts for about 20 years, you're old school. You're old school, hands down. I do want to point out, Sean did go for that burnt shot there on dart 2 of his last round. It's costing him here. You just go inside on the 18s. Three mark on the 18s would have been huge for him with a huge lead, and he's doing a touch too much right now. Just a touch. He needs to just rein it in like it's normal game of darts. He doesn't need to be perfect. He just needs to throw his game, and he'll get there. He'll find a few legs and get on the board.
certainly, this is a long format we've got tonight. And why we have a CSC Challenger Series best of 17 legs, race to 9 here. So definitely a battle here, an old slugfest on Monday and Wednesday nights.
Hey, I'm excited. Most importantly, for all the haymakers we're going to get left and right from these guys every single week. It's going to be a battle back and forth. I saw your interview with Anthony Eugenia a couple weeks ago. He mentioned the fact the long format does lend itself to some roller coaster of back and forth matchups. A lot of haymakers being thrown. Some definite time. Look at that from Brian Dennis. A great stab there, but. It works out perfectly here too. It's such a long format for these guys. It's 1-0 right now. No one's going to be freaking out, and no one should be freaking out at the score. They're both right there, and Sean Caflisch gets a 7 mark.
Yeah, and that's the thing. There's so many emotions in a long format match. You'll be down, you'll be up, you'll be having a spray dart here, and maybe you're in a little rut. It's just the nature of the long format matches. And yeah, I'm really this is just such a great format with the best of 17. It really just causes some emotions, and that's what we want. Everybody wants that emotions. Everybody loves the controversy with Gerwin Price because it's emotions. That's why.
Sean Caflisch with back-to-back 9 marks and takes back control of the leg. Even though he's throwing a 4.8, he's really impressing early on just his ability to scrap. He's scrapping, and that's what you need to do early on when you're just trying to settle down in this, find your shot for the day, and it's affecting Brian a little bit. Sean's just adding enough pressure to keep him kind of thinking outside the box here. Good first start.
Yeah, nice trip 17, trip 15.
Yep, there you go. Another 7 mark, back-to-back 7 marks there for Sean. I mean, you can't do much better. You cannot do much better.
Gonna wrap up this second leg here, Sean. Like I said, that'd be a great little dose of confidence there, settling into your first match of the CSC Challenger Series.
Yeah, getting that first leg on the board is always huge. It just lets you know that you can do it. You can do it, but can you do it in this format, in this tournament, for this amount of money on the line, with this amount of people watching right now? There's almost 400 people watching along with us right now, and it's crazy, man. It's week 1, day 1. It's a huge testament, man, to how quickly this has grown.
Yeah, lots and lots of darts to be played. Join us for the ride. Tap that follow button. You'll get notified when we go live every Monday and Wednesday night. Join Will and Sean here with
Yes,
Nick
sir.
in the background, the old silent killer in the background, as they say.
Well, he kills us, that's for sure.
Yeah, he'll let you know if he did something wrong. That's for sure.
No, Nick is absolutely fantastic. Obviously, you are too. It's so great to be back here. This is so much fun, man. And you get to watch all these darts being thrown. You can't ask for much better.
Got the old eyeball from.
I wasn't looking at him anymore.
Oh, that was so great. What are you talking about? I don't know.
Hey, I'm just rattling off some stuff. You never know. Look at that. There it
There
is.
we go. Nice win there for Sean. Big 4-3. We had to see a little bit better from him there, but it's nice to get a leg underneath your belt here.
Yeah, so 1-1. Brian will go first. I think Sean's still got to raise his average a little bit. Obviously, averages don't tell the whole story, but Brian is more than capable at any point in time throwing some 6 pluses. I know Sean probably is too. He averages a 5 overall, so that leg was definitely scrappy, and we're still waiting on our first 9 mark, man. It's crazy.
That is. I figured it at least come in the second leg, if not the first. But hey, that's how it goes. So you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer, sir.
Hey, that's all right. You know, it's funny because obviously when I first started doing that, it annoyed me that I had to keep doing that. And now that now that it's expected and now that like it's okayed in this format,
It's
I
definitely
just
not
can't
okay.
wait. I just can't wait. I have a jersey with it on there. Shout out to Jen Mounts for that.
I was about
Anybody
to
got that
say,
jersey? Anyone buy that jersey? Let us know in the chat.
John will send you a free autographed picture with him and the Flames behind.
Yeah. Yeah, just wait on that bad boy for a while.
It's excellent. It's a great jersey. And we'll be having some new jerseys released here soon. I'm glad to be joined by you guys on the promoters promoting darts, or producers promoting darts.
There it is, guys. Boom goes the dynamite. Brian Dennis getting it done for the first time here in leg number 3. Of course, it is a 3 in the bed on the 18s to get it done. You got to love it.
I almost kind of knew it was going to come on the 18s too, the way he was kind of rattling them off earlier.
Oh, for sure.
Wouldn't surprise me if he had some more there.
Jake, the picture of me is actually worth more without the autograph. That's a fun fact. It goes from 1 penny to 0 pennies.
To none.
And there's a 7 mark back for Brian Dennis on the 18s. For some reason, we see a lot of these guys love that 18, and it's just a great way to really balance out the scoring of the 20s and the 19s if you fall behind a little bit early. And Sean Caflisch is starting to really raise his average right now. He's starting to really raise his game. And Brian better be ready to get there too.
Yeah, they're gonna have to answer each other all night long because there's gonna be some dips. It's a roller coaster ride. That's what the long format is. There's gonna be ups, downs, everything in between.
Yep. And whoever's going to be a little bit scrappier. This really is a testament of willpower in this format, in this event, and it's really is unique to just the CSC Challenger Series. Race to 9 is such a long format for cricket. It really is, and it's going to be interesting to see how this works. But 6 mark now, he's raised it even more. Gets it up to a 6.0. We're seeing some firepower from Sean in the first time.
Yeah, great stuff. We see a possible 9 here.
Boom goes the dynamite. Brian Dennis gets another one on the board, guys.
Broom goes the janitor. Indeed, here we go.
Oh, I love it. You're just cleaning up the mess, huh?
We're waiting all this break for that one.
Oh, boy. I'm speechless. You know when you do that to me, that it's well deserved.
We're gonna have a new jersey coming out, guys. Broom goes the janitor.
I believe they prefer custodian.
Tight spot, but he's gonna get out of this tight spot right here. Look at this.
What a second dart. What a second dart for him to hit that double bull. He's probably kicking himself he didn't win it right there.
Oh,
Everyone behind him is groaning.
I definitely think he's disappointed in himself there. I thought he had it wrapped up.
You got to close one of these, don't you?
He's just gonna go hat and leave it as it is. And
I mean, what if he only won marks?
it's the thing.
He would have had winning darts if he just would have taken that stab at one other one. But of course, he wouldn't have the giant point lead, so. Or the bigger point lead. One more. And he gets it. accomplished a 5.13, and that's more like it. That's more what we need to see. We're gonna see some sixes tonight, though. I Man, it's gonna keep going. We only have 2 9 marks. Those are rookie numbers. We got to bump those numbers way up.
Bump those numbers up. Get them up.
President to start humming for me.
Let us know where you're tuning in from in the chat. If you have not, we love hearing that information. And see our reach.
Yeah, absolutely.
See where we're getting tuned in from at.
And also, if you're just now joining us, we're giving away a Grand Cam tonight. So put a comment in that chat, and you will be entered to win that bad boy.
Yeah, thanks A to Z darts.com for that one.
Yeah, our new partner in the CSC Challenger Series. It's exciting.
Yeah, I'm really excited to have the promos. Miss Jen Mounts. Some awesome material coming out. I love the Dennis Caflisch promo today. Great.
Boom goes the dynamite. Brian Dennis with 3 of them.
Here we go. We got a lot of Wisconsins, of course. We got Jeff tuning in from Minnesota, Teddy from Wisconsin, Kevin Schmitz tuning in from Wisconsin. Nice to see you here, Kevin.
Evan Schmitz.
King of Kings tuning in on Twitch from Texas, Iowa, Joplin, Missouri, Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
How about the Upper Peninsula of Michigan?
Oh man, got somebody tuning in from Fishy's Bar and Grill. Actually, Nick.
Nice Rochester, New York. Good old Rochester. I've learned that you pronounce it Rochester if you're from there.
You can pronounce it. I'll butcher it all day long. Kansas boys can't pronounce that kind of stuff, I guess.
Well, I had to learn because I was like, "Where are you from?" They're like, "Rochester." I'm like, "Okay." Is that supposed to be Rochester? Is you just not say the whole thing if you're from there? They do not. That's a fun fact.
That was a nice flood of comments coming through. You'll get a like as well, or you'll be entered into that drawing. Nice boom goes the dynamite there for Brian Dennis.
I love it.
Stole it from you. Ha ha ha.
Didn't it feel good? Didn't it feel good to say it? You should say it with some oomph next time. It feels so much better.
Semi decent.
It's better than you thought it was going to feel. That's for sure.
I'm gonna have to pull out some Boomer here in a little bit. Some Chris Boomer.
I did do that last week at State. We had six hat tricks in a row, so I had to throw in a back. Look at
this, Brian Dennis.
Yeah, he's dominating this leg.
Putting in some good work here as he's trying to make this a 2-2 matchup. Once again, folks, just a little reminder, we will have a short little break after the 7th leg, so.
Yep, long way to go for sure, but till we get to that break. But we just want to keep that on your radar here. Hey, have you ever thrown a 4 and just automatically never been in this leg? Like, I feel like Sean's just never been in the leg.
Definitely feels that way, and it looks like Brian's going to put it to bed here. He certainly does with a nice 6.0.
And I totally respect the fact that Brian Dennis went double bowl to keep that 6.0. He didn't lose it by doing that. That's really impressive, you know. It's good to go that extra mile.
Nice stuff indeed.
Oh,
good stuff. He's holds that 6.0. That is our highest round
so far.
Highest leg so far.
I think we're gonna have a couple 7s this year, though. This season of the CSC Challenger Series. I don't think that's out of the realm at all.
I certainly think so. I think we're gonna have some really good legs put together by some of these individuals, both in Division 1 and Division 2. And you're neck and neck in a slugfest. I mean, you're gonna have to bring out your good stuff in order to win.
Yeah, Sean's gonna need to throw at least another 7 mark, I think, right here to feel like he's in control of the leg, which he can't do now. And now he's he's got to get that. We have our first blank of the of the CSC season, to the first of many of those as well. Not as many as I do, but you know, there's going to be at least a couple in this CSC Challenger Series. Brian's going to try and fill this up. He does not accomplish that, but he gets 6 of them.
I was really surprised he missed that second one. He laid perfectly in that bed with the first dart there.
Yeah, no, we have a Bozeman, Montana watching along. I love that. Of course, Nicole is at Fishies right now watching. Hopefully she is not, you know, giving secrets on what we're saying about Sean or what we're saying about Brian.
That's always a worrisome thing when you start dropping score lines on people.
Well, it's, you know, man, he should have done that here versus this. You know, you also don't want to get beat up when you first meet these people.
That's a scary thought as well. It's definitely, you know, everybody has a unique strategy. We're definitely going to be wrong half the time. We're going to be right half the time. That's kind of the way it goes, but each their own a little bit of strategy. It's all about confidence. It's all about the 6 inches between your ears. Look at this. Oh,
Man,
nice 7 mark there from
Sean is throwing in a
Sean.
lot of 7 marks. Sean absolutely is throwing in a lot of 7 marks. And if you're not throwing 9 marks, you better throw a lot of 7 marks, and he's doing that. But Brian is more than capable of firing back 7 marks of his own. And that's why they're both here in Division 1 of the CSC Challenger Series. In that top 32 in the top 500 ranking on the overall list, and I butchered that completely.
But this Carol saying, never knew I would enjoy watching darts live on Facebook. Well,
Yes.
we love to hear that news, Carol. It's all about getting people interested and getting people involved. So, you know, if this is your first time kind of tuning in, you're enjoying it, I would
Carol,
say give us that like.
you get a boom goes a dynamite for that comment. That was a good one. It's been, you know, it's been 5 minutes, so I can't do that.
So Dad tuning in. Gordon Stewart saying, good looking stream, sounding good, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in, Dad. Nice to have your support.
And Dad, if you happen to win that Grand Cam, make sure you send that to Will.
Oh, that's happening. That's happening. Boom goes the dynamite here. Now I'm filling in. That's not
I
good.
love it. I love it.
I hate it. I hate it.
You've done the last 2.
Gosh darn it.
What am I doing here? I should just go home. Oh, wait.
We
That's
are
where I
home.
am. Melissa, there is not a huge difference between Division 1 and Division 2. It's the top 64 players on that ratings list. If you're in the top 500 All-Star points list, I will say this: there is a top tier, I think, in Division 1. You know, these guys right here with a white horse. Boom goes a dynamite. There's the first one for Sean Caflisch, and it's a white horse getting it done. That's a second one? Oh, yeah. Sorry. Will's been stealing my booms, so.
Oh, whoopsies.
Your dad says he's going to keep that thing if he wins it, just so you know. But, oh, Derek Krause says, boom goes the Dartamite. Interesting.
That is a good one. I like it.
Sean is from Wisconsin, just so you know.
I still think my broom goes the janitor is better.
Sean with a 5.74 there. That is his highest NPR of this so far. And we got a 3-2 score line. Sean Caflisch.
Yeah, yeah. I knew Sean was going to kind of pick up his average. Once he saw Brian put in that 6-0, I knew it was just going to be a back and forth battle here. So it'll be interesting these next couple legs here.
Kevin
We'll be
Schmidt's
going to
throwing
this
in
break.
the boom goes the Wisconsinite in there. I love it.
Carol saying, I don't know what a white horse is, but it looked cool. That is that is certainly good. That is 3 triples. They're actually like virgin beds is what they call them. So empty triples is what we call those. So nice white horse indeed. A very more rare, I would say, a rare occasion.
Yes. Yeah, it's rare to not have a mark on any of the 3 that you shoot at to hit that. And there's some guys that will start off by trying to throw it, and you might see it right here. Oh, we went for it. He sure did go for it. That would have been a great cut scene if he just would have hit the white horse as we were talking about it, but he ruined that, didn't he?
Certainly did. We're going to have to talk to him about that one later. There we go. A couple nice triples there.
Yep, Sean, falling behind a little bit in this leg early on, but I'm impressed with how scrappy he is. I'm not, like I said, he's not giving up a leg no matter where he is on the scoreline. I think that's why he has a 3-2 lead so far. But Brian Dennis is going to do Brian Dennis things. Ooh.
Taking that step over there. Nice triple.
Yeah, that was a good move. Good move along the line there to be able to get that in there. It's always tough when you throw that first 16 just above. Ugh.
It was a big step over there from Sean, too. I mean, it definitely wasn't a little step, but gotta do what you gotta do.
That's honestly how I move at the line, too. Like, I'm notorious for walking to the other dartboard line on either side and just throwing from there. It just opens it up completely for me. I don't know why I do it. It tends to work for me. That's where I have the confidence at. So I'm right there with him on the large moves, the large steps. And he's trying to get some points on the board, see if he can mount a little bit of a comeback here.
Yeah, for sure.
110% if Brian Dennis can get rid of those 16s. Nope, he'll just go 180 in there. Boom goes a dynamite with a 180.
I kind of been noticing too from Brian is definitely on his first throw, it's pretty firm, pretty steady. But if you look at his second and third throw, he kind of goes almost like a pitcher in baseball and kind of goes across his body with his follow through. Kind of a unique follow through there.
Yeah, that is interesting. I'm gonna have to watch that now. Yep, he goes straight at the target.
Kind of leans in just a little bit more and then kind of follows through with his hand.
Yeah, I wonder if that's just something where his velocity is not as high, the way that he's feeling it as he wants it to be. I don't know. I could be just completely making that up too.
Each their own. You know, it kind of makes me wonder if he was playing on a steel tip board, if his dart would kind of come in at an angle. So that could cause, if you're wanting to step over, maybe he leans more towards the right-hand side instead of the left-hand side, especially with that angle coming in like that.
5.7. 5.7, and guys, we are tied at 3. Who's going to have the lead as we head to our break, where we will actually hear from both of our players in their interviews done by the great, wonderful, fantastic Nick Teixeira, a.k.a. Nick Sriracha.
Dirachi. Yeah, I'm interested in hearing from both these guys and seeing, a little bit of behind the scenes, kind of getting to know them more, and that's something that we're lucky to have happen with Nick's, schedule. He kind of takes a little time out of his days before the, actual event and or the actual stream, and sits him down, has a little chat with him, and it's to our benefit. We kind of get him a little know behind the scenes.
Yeah, Jake, I think Will's sounding a little bit muffled because he forgets about where his microphone is, and he likes to put his hand right there underneath his chin. It's kind of funny when it happens, and he leans back and does a little hand on the thing right there at the mic. It's great, and that's just a little behind the scenes for you. Brought to you by Sean Green. As a reminder, guys, for today's stream, A to Z Darts, our new sponsor, is giving away the new Grand Cam to one of our CSC viewers. Compatible with any grand board and used as a secondary camera to take your online play to the next level. This is a $55 value. If you don't personally own a grand board, Dad, the Grand Cam would make an excellent gift for a friend or a son. I'm just saying. But just get in that chat. Let us know that you're watching along with us on Facebook. Let us know where you're going. Let us know how many boom goes a dynamites you want to see tonight. Sean Caflisch starting to get on the board here with these booms.
I just want to mention, thanks for the call out, by the way. Appreciate it.
Hey, I'm just trying to get you a Grand Cam, bud.
Dealing with some new equipment this evening. Kind of, I guess, a little bit closer than I thought. So sorry for the muffledness. We'll get on it instead of sitting back in my lazy boy recliner, as they say.
No, your setup there is so top notch. I would be leaning back too. I'd be just as comfortable.
Hey, when you're enjoying the show here and just enjoying some top-notch darts like you all at home are, because that's what this is for us too. Is we're sitting here chatting about it. It's almost like we're watching the Super Bowl or something, just sitting back together, enjoying some good sports action, and just chatting.
Yeah, if you guys want to know what would be super annoying, it's having Will and I in a room watching darts without headsets on. Because
Terrible.
guess what? We're going to talk the exact same amount of time that we're talking right now. It would be so annoying for all of you.
Can you imagine how the players feel when we're actually at an event right next to them? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I try to stay at least 10 yards or so away from the people because I'm also a loud talker. Like my teacher voice carries. I always feel bad when I yell. I actually feel bad for my wife and kids right now who are trying to sleep when I yell out "Boom goes dynamite" all the time. I don't feel bad at all.
And now they are gone.
No, I don't feel bad at all. They haven't woken up yet. They'll be fine.
So real interesting here.
Yeah, that's a good last.
See what happens as we go into our break here in just a second. It looks like John's gonna have the opportunity, but he's gonna stab it a little bit longer.
Yeah, I like the look of that last dart.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have went that second dart up at the triple, but he was definitely guaranteed. He wants to go into this break with the win.
Carol says, "Didn't know men could talk so much." Well, that's why we're the pros. Doing this. We're the only two in the world, actually, Carol. Again, guys, all the support you're giving me in the chat is wonderful. Let's go, Sean. Good luck, Sean. I truly appreciate it. As we get a 6.0 from Sean Caflisch, and that's going to take us to our break, buddy.
We've seen two 6.0s already. One from Brian Dennis, one from Sean Caflisch. This is definitely turning into an interesting battle here, folks. You don't want to go anywhere as we head into our break. Buckle in your seatbelts. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with some more CSC Challenger Series brought to you by the PPD.
My name's Sean Caflisch. I play for Stansfield Vending, playing out of Fishy's Bar and Grill.
Fantastic. Well, Sean, I appreciate you taking the time to come on here with us. So for the people that don't really know you too well, as I've just now been meeting you for the first time, can you tell us a little bit about your story and how you got into playing darts and a little bit of your history behind it?
Started probably playing competitively about 10 years ago, maybe. Got to give a shout out to my guy, Phil Luke. He got me into playing. He was around my area, one of the best shots, and he took me under his wing, took me to a lot of tournaments, and don't play with him so much anymore. He's had some arm issues, but yeah, just been getting into leagues the last 5 years because I was working nights for the longest time, but now I got a good job and I can play a lot. So
there you go. Well, your average reflects that you're playing a lot, as you are in Division 1 of the CSC Challenger Series with a $4,000 first place prize. So with you having a mentor that you said was one of the best shots in the area, now you're probably one of the best shots in your area. I mean, I know Wisconsin has a lot of top shooters. So that being said, is there anybody you've gotten to mentor into the game or bring into it?
I play with a lot of guys out of Fishies that are just getting into it, that are young, and they ask me a lot of questions. They want to get better. There's a ton of guys out of Fishies. They always support me. So I'm gonna do what I can to help them get better.
That's fantastic. Now, the next thing I wanted to ask you about here is what darts do you throw with, and why do you like throwing your set of darts in particular?
I've been throwing with the same set I bought from a buddy probably about 8 years ago. Don't change anything about them. Everybody's changing their darts all the time. I use their Vipers, 18 gram. Just don't ever want to change them. So it doesn't. Why fix something that ain't broke?
There you go, tried and true. It's already been battle tested.
Yep.
Now, we're looking at the first week here of the tournament. You're the inaugural match of the next CSC round here against your opponent, Brian Dennis, one of my Florida friends. Do you know anything about Brian Dennis or had any experiences against him in the past?
I have played him once, probably about 6 months ago in just a singles TOC tournament. He can get the better of me. So hopefully that changes tonight. I know he's a great shot. Seems like a great guy, and we'll see what happens.
Well, I know you're both class acts from what I've seen so far. Now, is there anybody else in the tournament that you're kind of keeping your eye on? You're like, I don't want to play against that guy, or it's a friend of mine, I hate to play a friend, or whoever it may be?
Oh, I got a couple guys from Wisconsin that I'm rooting for. You know, Steve Deischer, Paul Otto. I played against him in league. Kenny Doyle's in my TOC league now, and he's a beast. Leonard Gates. Nobody wants to run into him, but if it happens, it happens.
Well, let's say you do that deep run. It's the first week. Anything can happen. You make it all the way to the finals and cash out $4,000 in your pocket. What are you going to do with it?
Oh, just pay some stuff off, maybe. I don't know. get the car paid off. I don't know.
Hey, nothing wrong with that, my friend. Well, Sean, is there anything else you want to say to your friends, fans, family, or anybody that's going to be watching the stream this evening?
Just give a shout out to my girlfriend. She's a big supporter of me. Lets me do what I love best. And all my friends and family. I mean, I have a lot of people there at Fishies watching tonight. And appreciate all the support.
Fantastic. Well, Sean, I wish you the best of luck. You're going to be live this evening. And shoot well, my friend.
This is Sean Caflisch, and you're watching the CSC Challenger Series.
Hi, my name is Brian Dennis. I play at a Skybox Sports Tavern, and my dart operator is C&M Darts.
Well, Brian, it is a pleasure to have you back on the CSC Challenger Series here. Now, for those that aren't familiar, you were actually our third place winner last time on this last go-round, and I would dare to say it was an upset. How do you feel coming off that and going into the first round of the next season?
I feel good, but it's definitely going to be a lot more competition in this one, a lot more players, so looking forward to it.
Well, it's definitely a tough field, like you said. Is there anybody you're keeping your eye on in particular that you weren't from before, or just who's the person that your sights are set on?
Nobody in particular. I'm just going to take it one match at a time, see how far I can get.
Well, that's a good way to approach that. And just for people that aren't familiar with what darts you throw, what darts you're throwing and why do you throw them?
I've been throwing Eric Bristos that are about 20 years old. They used to be rough, but now they're smooth. I've tried to switch once or twice, but I just always go back to what I know.
There we go. If it ain't broke, why fix it, right?
That's it.
And then going on with your experience in the CSC, is there any advice that if you were talking to a player that's their first time playing the CSC that you would give them as someone that's played in a few of these now?
I've actually spoke to a couple new guys, and I just said that just make sure you don't give up on any dart, because every dart counts. I mean, it's just it's a battle, so you gotta take all three darts and take your time with all three of them, because one round could be the end of that game.
And then going off that, with your mentality of darts, you've always had a very positive approach in my experience of seeing you at tournaments and getting to hang out with you. Do you have anybody that's like really been your definitive coach in darts, or who kind of really got you, like taught you the game?
There's been so many people, but my mentor and the biggest person I looked up to was I'd have to say Jimmy Sullivan when I played with him, for sure.
Jimmy Sullivan, and I believe he's in Division 2, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, yep,
In
he
this
made
go-round.
Division 2.
Well, there
Yep.
you go. So the mentor and the prodigy now playing in Division 1 and 2.
Definitely.
And then I know I've asked you this question before, but I just have to know. What do you plan to do with the money if you get all the way this time?
Actually, I got to put some new seats in my boat so I can sell it.
There you go.
That's my goal.
That's a good plan. Well, Brian,
And then I'll probably have some extra money, hopefully, for Vegas, because we're all leaving for Vegas in April.
oh, there you go. Going to NDA, where Sean and Will will be commentating out there as well as
Yeah,
your
yeah.
match tonight.
I'll get a chance to meet them.
Exactly. I know they're looking forward to meeting some of these CSC players and
Ah,
some of the
they're
people
great
that
guys, man. They're doing you guys are all doing a phenomenal job.
Well, we couldn't do it without players such as yourself. Is there anything you want to say to anybody that's watching along, friends, fans, or family?
Just thank you to everybody. Thank you, Skybox, Go Deep State, and everybody that follows me and cheers me on. And my wife, especially, for putting up with all this.
Fantastic. Well, Brian, it's an absolute pleasure as always, and we wish you the best of luck.
My name's Brian Dennis, and you're watching the CSC Challenger Series.
Well, here we go. Back to the action. Brian Dennis versus Shane Caflisch.
It's John Caflisch. It's my name. How do you keep forgetting my name?
Oh my goodness. I don't know how I keep messing it up, but hey, I told you, hey, why don't you bring it in for us, Sean? And you go, no, Will, you got this. And I said, whatever, all right.
Well,
And
there's
that
nothing
is
I love.
exactly what you get.
Nothing I love more than setting you up for failure, I guess. No,
Yes.
usually you are successful on that.
That's how it goes, I guess, every once in a while. We're starting off rusty here, but hey, what can you say? What can you say?
Hey, it's week 1 of our new CSC Challenger Series, brought to you by the Partners Promoting Darts. And man, again, I'm so excited that we're back. Sean Caflisch is surprising us a little bit early on. We knew that this was going to be a good matchup, though. Averages were about the same. What's been the most surprising from you so far?
I don't think there's been anything surprising, honestly. Very, 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 like right now, I think that honestly, if you look at the match, I think it's gone just as I predicted. I think, Sean was going to have the strugglesome first leg, and he kind of showed that. I think he had about a 4 average, and then he, kind of kicked it in gear, saw what was being produced, and he's taking the lead 4-3 here after the break.
Yeah, and he's starting to really kind of, I think, find it a little bit more. Brian's struggled a little bit in the last couple of legs, but this one especially, starting off with a 1 mark, that's something that we just don't see from Brian Dennis.
Yeah, that is something we don't see from Brian. At least we haven't seen so far. But a new season brings new things upon people. I think that we each have our times when we're really hot. We each have our times where we're maybe not so hot. And who knows how Brian's been throwing lately? But interesting matchup here.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a back and forth battle this whole time. We cannot stress this enough that these guys just throw very, very similar averages, and you're going to see some really close legs. You're going to see some legs where one person dominates the other, which we've seen a little bit so far this evening. A couple of legs for Brian, a couple for Sean, but it's going to be on that scoreboard. You're going to see a lot of back and forth. And for those of you that are just tuning in with us for the first time and do not understand or not know why the screen will tell you on the actual board that it's 4-4. That is because Brian did win the diddle, and that counts as a game for the board. So that's why it says we're on game 8 or game 9 instead of game 8. So that's what you're seeing there if you're curious about that.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because that can kind of be a confusing thing for some people if they're just tuning in or if they see that out of the corner of their eye, it may be a little bit of confusion. So, yeah, we count that little first diddle off as a game, and we have to in order to do this setup of this format. So,
Well, Brian scrapping back into this leg real early. I think he just had a little first round after the break misstep there, but has found it since then, that's for sure. And Sean just continuing to show that he belongs here and belongs in this match and belongs at the CSC Challenger Series, which again we never questioned. It's great to see someone who has not played in this before, rise into the level that they know that they can rise to.
Certainly. So I think, we had that poll to decide who was gonna come on the stream first, and we were kind of surprised when these guys kind of won, but then we saw the numbers, and honestly, Sean had some pretty good numbers.
Well, there's a boom goes a dynamite right after the break there for Sean Caflisch, and that's his second 3 in the bed on the 20s. And as a steel tip aficionado, I do love to see those types of things.
Steel tip aficionado. I like that. I like that a lot, sir.
I made it up on the spot, so
How often do you play steel tip anyway, sir?
it is basically what I play for the most part as far as practice. It's in my classrooms. So I play steel tip for the most part. Our castle for our siege events is all steel tip. I guess I'm more used to playing soft tip as a competitor, but yeah, if I had the choice, I pick steel, and I pick watching steel and like the PDC events and stuff like that, obviously.
Yeah, for sure.
But when it comes to soft tip, you're not going to find a better soft tip tournament than this. The race to 9 CSE format that we have is so cool. It's so different, and that's what I love the most about it. Is just how different it is.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you're talking about this, then you're talking about even the TOC tournament that's coming up in October. Those are going to be some interesting formats as well. And I wanted to mention that because over $2 million in payouts for that tournament. You can get qualified through dartstoc.com. Make sure you check it out. Partners promoting darts, doing big things with big prize money. You definitely do not want to miss out on this.
Yeah, if you want to see how to become eligible for TOC in October of 2022, it's October 1st through the 4th, and the CSC Challenger Series, players become eligible for those by playing in PPD leagues and daily remote tournaments, or DRTs. Leagues are starting daily. Get involved by going to dartstoc.com and checking out the map. The map will show any location with G3 boards within the PPD system. They're always accepting new members, so if you're not seeing anything in your area, have your vendor contact us on the website. From there, players can sign up for leagues on the website. It doesn't take a ridiculous amount of games to be eligible either. Consistently playing one league a week will keep a player eligible for this event in the future. Again, go to dartstoc.com to get signed up today.
You like that play from Brian there? Brian went ahead and hit a 7 mark and then proceeded to take out the 20s when he was 53 down.
I like it now because he has an opportunity to really take control of this leg, and it's his own choice. It's on him to hit a 7 mark here.
Do you think maybe Sean should have considered going down to the 17s there instead of maybe doing the 18s?
I would have opened up a new wedge. It's just much more comfortable to have a scoring option to make your opponent throw darts that are not going to score. And Brian was able to throw just scoring darts to take control of the leg. I'm really curious to see what he's thinking here, because it looked like he looked at the score and looked at possibly going at the 17s, which I would not have liked that decision either. But I just like how aggressive he's being. He's being aggressive, and honestly, that means that he's playing loose and relaxed, and he's hitting some doubles as well in cricket, which is nice to see too. I hate it, but it's nice to see when he's actually hitting them.
Yeah, I definitely question the strategy there move by Sean. I definitely think he should open up another wedge myself, but to each their own. Like we said, everybody has their own strategy, and it looks like it may work out for him here. If he can close the 17, or does he continue to go? No, he just goes with the 1 mark there.
It's a good look at it, and I think that was the right time for him to take a stab. It's going to end up hurting him most likely, but I think he definitely has to take a stab there. And you're absolutely right. the strategy that you can pick in cricket is not endless, but there are so many
Immense.
different possibilities. Yeah,
Oh,
and
man.
it's all feel. It's all feel on how you're feeling in that moment. And honestly, we're sitting here trying to debate checkers or trying to debate chess while these guys are playing it live, and that's it's tough to do that.
Oh, it certainly is. That is the truth. Hard to judge what will happen. Will Stewart here of USA Darts, joined by Sean Green of To The Point Streaming. Glad you have joined us for this coverage of the CSC Challenger Series, brought to you by Partners Promoting Darts.
Yes, guys.
Sponsored by A to Z Darts.com.
Yeah, my bad on cutting you off there.
You're all right.
I was not looking at the right screen when I did that. That was my bad. But yeah, this has been
first night jitters. We're all right. First night jitters.
It's like riding a bike when you have the teamwork that I have with Mr. Nick and Mr. Will. It's just like every other day with us. Happy days. These are happy days.
Certainly couldn't ask for a better Monday and Wednesday night.
Look at this from Brian Dennis. Oh my goodness. He almost got it closed, and that would have been a huge shift. And now Sean has the exact same opportunity here, so to speak.
Rick Hands tuning in on Twitch. Rick, how did your match go? Let us know if you would. Now here's an interesting move. Does he take out the 16s here?
Yes.
Yep,
and he does
15s.
it.
Yeah, that's what I meant. The 15s. Yeah, good move.
Now the problem is that he does give Brian Dennis winning darts. And that's a scary proposition here.
Yeah, it certainly is.
We've seen Brian go double-double when he's shooting at those bulls too, so that he got away with it for sure, but he still has to hit 3.
Go to extend the lead to 2.
Well, there's 1. There's 2. This is always the tough one. And
Wow.
He gets it. 5-3, Sean Caflisch, and he's also showing an ability to throw the big dart when he needs to. That's huge. That is huge.
We questioned that strategy for a little bit, and look out paid off. It definitely got interesting there for a little bit. Could have went either way, but in the end, pulls out the leg win.
I always say, if you hit it, it's not stupid. It's never the wrong move if you actually hit it. No one's ever going to question that. And he won the leg, so we're done questioning it, Interesting stuff. Tito Martinez in the chat, as typical for Tito. Your support, sir, is endless. Hopefully, we're all rooting for you on Wednesday in your opening round match. Hope you do well, sir. Hope you throw well. I feel bad for your opponent always for the pressure that you tend to put on darters when you play. But that's going to be a lot of fun. And Jake asked how'd state go. For me, playing-wise, poorly. For me, streaming-wise, fantastic. I enjoyed it a lot. Got a lot of great stream in there. And said, Will, do you have state darts too?
No. No. We don't have state darts. We have something that's attached to like our Kansas State games, but it's just like a simple metal thing, and none of our top shots really show up to that. So, I mean, you can't really consider it a state dart tournament. I think your 2 hotbeds are definitely Kansas City and Wichita, but unfortunately, there's not really a big soft tip presence in Wichita per se, and the steel tip presence in Kansas City is not that much. So it's kind of a adverse kind of thing. So it doesn't really work out as well as we would hope.
Well, so Jake, Will did fantastic at his state dart tournament. He won it.
Hey!
We did have a boom goes to dynamite while Will was speaking. I was nice enough to finally not interrupt him while he was speaking for an entire, sentence. That's nice for me to do. I'm starting to get the hang of it again, Take some time.
It is a little bit tough. I mean, it can be. I mean, I can't see it all. You can see me in a little screen, but it's hard to kind of look at that one when you're focusing on a match that's going back and forth and back and forth, and kind of looking at the chat as well. There's a lot going on. Totally understandable.
I have 3 screens to look at, which is not good for ADHD, by the way. Oh, most 9 marks are thrown while Will is talking, or me doing my my advertisements. That always happens too. It's always fun when it happens, though. Rick, what's up, sir? How'd your match go, sir? Please let us know. Mr. Rick Hins is now on Facebook. He went to a different platform.
I like it. I like it because if you're on our Facebook page, you can get entered in for that nice raffle prize from A to Z darts.com by simply liking and leaving a comment. So if you're confused on what to do, just say hey. We enjoy a little hey comment. How's it going?
Yeah, please let us know where you're tuning in from if you have not done so already. I know there's a lot of Wisconsinites in the building. Mr. John Mink just says hiya. What's up, brother? How are you doing, sir? Josh Cunningham says, was excited to see Sean play as a new player to the CSC, and I agree, and he has done nothing but show us that he belongs here, and he's going to be kind of he's definitely going to be a force in this tournament, whether or not he gets this done tonight. If he does, that's a huge upset. Would you believe that? Would you say that to anyone that watched the CSC before?
I'd say it's a pretty good upset to start us off. And another guy who's going to shoot well in this thing, Rick Hins, he said I won 9-2. So big win there for Rick. I know he's a quality shot. I believe out of Minnesota, if I'm not mistaken, Rick. He said maybe 9-3. Hey, that's still a pretty big win there. But yeah, quality shot. Had the pleasure of streaming him at the Triple Bowl in Jefferson, Iowa.
I think Rick is from even a more... Yeah, he's from Little Falls, Minnesota. You are correct, sir.
Boom. You had to do a little guessing there and question the old Will. Hey, got something tonight. Got something tonight. Ding, 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 ding.
Never,
Nice
ever,
8
ever.
mark. That's a rare one there, that old 8 mark.
Especially with the double bowl. That's always fun when you throw it at the bowl in the third dart and you get that double. It's always a ooh, there you go.
How about Jordan Meyer says, what's up, fellas? Can't wait to upset the winner here.
I love it.
Heavy talk from Jordan Meyer in the Missouri area.
Jordan, we're going to need to see that type of banter all week long, sir.
Nice 5.64 there. Big wow. Brian Dennis.
I love it.
He needs the Owen Wilson pop-up for that one when they popped up with the wow. I'm telling you.
You know what? I will say the one thing that Nick has done, he's gone downhill on the graphics.
Don't tell him this. Don't tell him this. This guy has done a great job on the graphics behind the scenes.
Oh gosh.
Here comes the boom. Gosh darn it. Oh no.
I love it. So great. Messina, New York in the chat here. Reedsburg, Wisconsin. South Dakota in there. Billings, Montana. A lot of people from all over this country. A lot of the West Coasters tuning in with us now. I keep forgetting that it's not 10:46 p.m. everywhere. Oh my goodness.
No.
Oh, look at that. That is gorgeous.
Oh man, that's your graphic designer, everybody, and
that's a good way to shout out Miss Jen Mounts.
What a great job she does on her flyers. Fantastic. By the way, I did send her that exact same. That is the same outfit, ladies and gentlemen. I sent her that in the mail.
Brandon Hudson says Bags is on ESPN, but not this mastery. Come on, and I agree with you. I don't know how sarcastic you're being, but I definitely agree with that.
That's a gentleman I hope we get to see at NDA this year.
Ooh.
Should be a fun one. Hopefully he's going. Well, don't
I do have-
forget. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, you do your thing. Yours is going to be
No,
more
but-
important than mine for sure.
Hey, I was definitely about to say, don't forget to take advantage of A2ZDarts.com. Their deal going on where you can get a free Grand Cam with the purchase of select Grand boards. Currently, the Grand board has the most online darts players in comparison to any other home board out there. There are 200,000 user accounts and more than 30,000 daily match. I'm telling you, just go ahead and do it. Why don't you? Just go purchase one right now. I definitely have fun on my Grand board. And Sean, you've got one, correct?
It's a dynamite. I do. Yeah, as we get a 9 mark from Sean Caflisch.
It's always it's always when I'm talking that there's 9 mark.
I do have a grand right there on the floor, blocking a plug in the room, so you can't see the plug whenever I'm on camera.
Beautiful, beautiful.
We're seeing Sean Caflisch I'm telling you, he's just really kind of showing us. He's been very impressive. Brian has not thrown bad. He's thrown, I think, right around where we would expect him to throw, and Sean is not just sticking with him. He's in control of a lot of these legs.
Yeah, he's definitely putting an impressive number. Look at this, 320 to 258 now. Really doing a number here on Brian. And I think maybe Brian, I don't want to say he came in overconfident, but I just think he didn't know maybe what to. No, actually he does, because actually in the interview, I think Sean mentioned they've battled it out once before, but Sean was looking for a little blood in the water.
Yeah, there was some redemption to be had by Sean. He said that Brian got the best of him about 6 months ago, but he didn't sound not confident in the fact that he might be able to return the favor tonight. And so far, he's doing his thing. But look at this from Brian Dennis. He was looking to white horse to get back in the leg. That would have been huge. Make it a 4-3 race at that point. Man, that would have been a huge swing.
Brian really came across his body on that last dart. I don't know if you saw that or not, but
I did.
I've been kind of keeping an eye on that, just kind of seeing how he goes about it. It's just definitely something conventional, but 5.55 from Sean.
I wonder if if Brian watches this back, if he notices that himself and has no idea that he's doing it tonight.
It could just be coming out. I definitely know when I gotta get in a little bit of groove. I get in this almost like machine-like form where it's just almost like I don't even have to think about it. It's just like your rhythm is there, and you get in this weird groove, and you almost just start pushing your darts like they're just kind of flowing out of your hand. And maybe that's just what he's feeling, but he could be forcing him a little bit here. I think that maybe is what he's doing to try to kind of counteract.
Yeah, I think he's missing a lot more on that dart 3 when he does do the cross the body. So that's why I would say that he might not, because if you look at the way he's throwing right there, he's throwing straight at it and going straight towards his target line. When he misses, he's kind of spinning it off his fingers, and it's missing left or right off of that. Which, again, you know, but the chat is saying Sean's timing spot on. Jordan said that. Absolutely. Kevin Schmitz, our go-to Wisconsinite, with a boom goes to Wisconsinite right there from Sean Caflisch. Says he's getting comfortable now, and he's tough to beat when he's comfortable.
Say if there's anything wrong with it. I think we've definitely seen players. I think Chrissy Grimmell's one of those ladies that likes to kind of walk towards. As we see,
it's a dynamite.
13
of them to be
exact today. But anyway, yeah, Chrissy Grimmell's one of those ones that walks towards the board with a third dart a lot. Mike Maloney, I think, is another one that kind of does that as well.
Oh boy, we got a Steph Curry 3 on the way. Back to back to back 9 marks going currently. And will Brian make it 4 in a row and be the only person to be a part of both back to back to back to backs? And I ruined that with that 3. You got close. You got 2 away. That was awesome. Back to back.
We're still sitting at a pretty number. What was that, 14, I believe I saw?
Well, Sean's throwing a perfect 9 mark average right now in this. Look at this. Oh, there's the first miss. Was that was that? It's gonna go on me, isn't it? That was the commentator's curse, wasn't it?
That was the commentator's curse. Congratulations, sir. You've done it.
Again.
Uh-oh.
You can just say again.
Uh-oh.
Look at that! Boom goes a dynamite!
Another one of those
Oh.
great legs we're seeing here produced by these two gentlemen. One that could go down in the history books of CSC Challenger Series.
Well, I can tell you this.
Wow.
I've sat up and I'm leaning forward. He's throwing an 8 and he's not. My goodness! Boom goes a dynamite! What is happening in this leg? 8.25 right now for Sean Caflisch. Yeah, I'd say he's comfortable, Kevin.
Someone grab a fire extinguisher. Extinguish this gentleman just a little bit.
Yeah, he's demolishing his own bar right now with all this dynamite. Is he going to keep this up? Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my
he is.
goodness. We are going to see a fantastic average here in this one.
And he's so good, he dropped into 219s. Which counted still.
Brandon's saying, come on, ESPN. I couldn't agree more.
My goodness. Brian just nonchalantly throws a double bull in the last dart.
Carol says, hell no, you let the fire burn. Love it.
He don't need no water.
Wow.
He gets
Give
it
him a
done.
little clap on that.
Yeah, hats off to him. 6-8-3 to take a 7-4 lead. And we've blinked, and this thing has gotten a 3-leg advantage to Sean Caflisch. I'm telling you, it's the name. That first name is awesome.
Getting some nucks for the people in Fishy's Bar and Grill as you kind of see him hovering around the back there. Good to see a little support.
Man, we'll talk about an opening night on the stream.
Just 2 legs away from Sean to win this one, but I have a feeling Mr. Brian Dennis is going to dig in here, produce some quality darts. He's definitely not going to go down without a fight. Doesn't want to be on the loser's side of things. Anything can happen in that loser's bracket.
No, and we've seen it before. We've seen someone lose their first match and ride all the way out to the 4th place finish. Willie Walker did that last year in the last season of this. And Brian Dennis, if he ends up falling, and if Sean ends up falling here by some comeback, which is always possible, both those guys are going to be not fun to see on that loser side, that's for sure.
Oh, I think we found another one from Natalie. Boomtown.
Boomtown. Remember, he's from something with Boo in the last part of that part of Wisconsin. Baraboo, yeah.
Baraboo. It's awesome. So she may have been just saying Bootown. That's probably what they say, Bootown.
Bootown. Maybe that's why they're saying. Maybe that's why they're saying boobies. It's for people from Baraboo.
I was wondering why people kept saying that. I didn't want to keep saying it or say it on the chat.
Yeah, Bootown from Baraboo. There you go, Baraboo.
That is great. The things you learn.
It's one of those beautiful things for us is that we get to interact with this chat and learn a lot of different things from a lot of different people. I remember, this is an actual true story, when I first played my first Indiana State 10 years ago, or 9 years ago, or whatever, I was in awe of Jeremiah Millar because him and, who was it back then? Well, him and the person that he was playing were just going back and forth in Masters, and I just sat there and watched them, and, little did I know 9 years later I was going to be sitting here in the chat with him debating strategy and stuff like that. It's crazy. Baraboo is how you pronounce it. Baraboo.
Yeah, that's what we're seeing in the chat, and that's the great thing about having the chat. And yeah, we both have the chat open just so we can kind of see those comments and see your live feed kind of per se, because we can feed off of you guys if maybe we say something wrong or if you guys know something that we don't. That's the best thing about it.
Bailey just says that a 6 mark looks like boobies on the board. That's why she said that.
Well, as you were talking there, I think we saw one of your booms for 17. 17 on the night so far. That's some impressive stuff for what do we got here? 11 legs to play, or 12th leg here?
Yeah, I expected it out of a Brian Dennis match, but the majority of them have shifted to kind of be from Sean. I mean, we saw like 4 of them in the last leg. So that last leg was huge. Last leg was fun. That was a fun leg.
Yeah, that definitely was. And like I said, that's going to kind of that will go down for CSC history for right now. I mean, a 6.83, that's pretty nice. But like I said, and you said earlier, I think this is just the start. I think we're going to see some interesting averages down the road as we got some quality players in both Division 1 and Division 2.
Well, Brian makes it official that he will not have to worry about that player advantage tonight, as he brings it to within 2 there. And even if he goes down 8-5, he has to win all the remaining legs anyway. And winning that first one will get him going in that direction. And he has the start here. And 8-5, Sean, I believe some people called 9-5, Sean, earlier in the chat, which I thought was a very, very homer type of prediction. But
Yeah.
it has not turned out to be that at all. These guys are just smarter than us.
I just think I think that we've seen some people from Wisconsin that maybe play Sean on a consistent basis and know what he's capable of if he gets comfortable. And I think that's the thing that we got to take into account here. That I think, you've never met Sean, I'm guessing.
I have not, but I did see that him and Brian were literally the 2 closest in ratings to each other of any player playing in the CSC Challenger Series. So I thought it was going to be a lot closer than this. This is where it's spread out a little bit for me. And of course, Brian playing in the last one versus Sean not knowing Sean, I think that added to our thoughts. But he is proving that he is going to be a force in this tournament. Jordan, you're going to have your hands full next week no matter who you face. But if it's Sean, you better jump early and often on him.
If it's something to say too, honestly, I don't think Brian's very much off of form from what he was in the last session. If maybe he's right on form with what he was playing with last session. I just think that we're just seeing this new division has new players and some intense stuff. I think it's just going to press the limits. That's what this PPD CSC Challenger Series does. And I think we're going to be in for some barn burner matches, some good old slobber knockers, as JR says.
We're going to see Brian. Yep, he just loves that 18. Boom goes a dynamite. Brian Dennis, another 3 in the bet on the 18s. I think that's his 3rd one. Man, I'm telling you, I just really hope that people from Baraboo start calling people from Baraboo boobies, since I messed that up.
John, we do have a question from Jake. He's saying, what is the highest ever average for a CSC Challenger NPR? It is a great question, and I see PPD North America already asked, and that's a great question. I'll have to look at the stats, Nick. So he's going to look at those up, and we're going to get back to you just to make sure.
Hey, you see who's in the chat here? Our Division 2 champ, Mr. Dan Levine, in there. Says Sean is definitely one of Wisconsin's best shooters. I'm very happy to see him in the CSC. Well, Wisconsin does it again. They're showing out early and often in the CSC Challenger Series.
I think we also need to give this gentleman a little congrats on the new fatherhood, sir.
Yes. Congratulations, sir. Loved seeing all those videos and pictures. You got yourself a cutie, that's for sure. Speaking of cutie, look at that. Boom goes a dynamite. Brian Dennis again.
This is unbelievable. We've had 19 9 marks so far. And sorry I blocked you off there. My apologies, but that's just remarkable.
Yeah, it's the 13th leg. We're averaging more than 1 per leg, and we didn't see any of the first 2 legs. So they've really done 19 9 marks in 11 legs. That's crazy. It's almost 2 per leg. Brian moves over, gets a nice trip on that second dart. Although he's still not feeling too comfortable with where he's sitting in this leg, but he's going to keep scrapping. That's what these guys do best. They are very consistent scrappers. They will never be out of a leg. They never consider themselves out of a leg. They're a 9 mark away from getting back into anything. And talented enough and more than capable enough to fire 9 marks back when your opponent hits a 9 mark or 7 mark with a 7 mark. And we've seen it so often tonight. These guys just keep throwing haymakers.
I think that's something that you're going to have to put in the back of your mind if you're a player in either Division 1 or Division 2 that's watching the stream. You're going to have to maintain that lead, maybe take some gutsy decisions. Y'all know how it's done, but it's just something to put in the back of your mind. These guys are capable of anything. We will see that out these streams.
Well, Sean in control of this leg now and a 7-5 lead. If he does go down in this one, Brian will have to win 4 on the spin. It's not easy to do in any situation, but when there's $4,500 on the line for first place and $2,250 for second place, fourth place $1,300, that's crazy. $1,750 for third place in this CSC Challenger Series Division 1. That's a lot of money on the line just for even getting into the top. Fifth, sixth is $600.
Yeah,
That's
that's
not
a
chump change.
hefty amount of money on the line here in both Division 1 and Division 2.
He missed that dart, but he is not worried about the win for Brian. So we might see Brian just stay at the, well, now we're definitely going to see him stay at the bullseyes the whole time, but he might have stayed there anyway had he hit the first 2 because he would have been down in points still.
And Sean, just one dart needed here. I think he's going to put it in, first dart, and he does. Nice little 4.71. Definitely not the best we've seen, but it will do. Sean, I've got a question for you. If a boom goes to dynamite happens in the forest and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound?
Well, I do have ears, so I would be able to hear it, I think. And yes, and it is a gorgeous sound, let me tell you that, especially in a forest. You should be there. It's good when it happens.
A beautiful question from Josh Cunningham on Facebook here. I wanted to make sure to ask you that.
Oh, I love it. Again, it feels so taboo to yell out "Boom Goes the Dynamite" in any other circumstance except for this one. But 8-5 lead for Sean Caflisch, 1 away, and not only does Brian have to win 4 on the spin, he's got to win 3 of them against the throw, which is a very tough predicament to be in. And I say 3 because of our new rule in that last leg decider now. And again, guys, get in that chat. Let us know where you're tuning in from, who you got in this bad boy. I know it's 8-5. Are we going to see a Brian Dennis run? He's thrown a 6-5 in this leg, and from everything we've seen from Brian Dennis, he is more than capable of just hitting a whole new gear, but Sean's been staying in that gear as of recently. We're going to see how this finishes up, but you will be entered into our A to Z Darts giveaway for a Grand Cam. $55 Grand Cam up for grabs. One of our viewers tonight who comments on our Facebook stream.
Pretty cool. Features that dynamic zoom feature to zoom in on the hat trick or the trebles if you're playing a little cricket. Pretty neat feature. That grand board has just stepped up ever since it was created. It's just kind of ever evolving and kind of going along the way. It's nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. It's good to see because it gives everyone at home a reasonably priced way to practice and play darts, and that's why you're seeing a lot of guys who got a lot better through COVID and through lockdown. It's because they had grand boards and created grand board leagues and played against each other in that, and found just any way they could to play darts. And that's what's going to grow our game. It's huge to see that.
I'm glad you mentioned the groups and stuff, because there's a ton of leagues and tournaments and lots of competitions all around the world for those grand boards. Definitely something to kind of get involved in.
Jeff Ruby says, I'm pretty sure in Wisconsin they give you darts immediately after birth.
I mean, it seems like that way because literally there's so many dart players in Wisconsin and Dakotas, North Dakota and South Dakota. I mean, we've seen it in Florida too. Florida has quite the turnout. So, Brian and Kenny get quite the following as well.
Yes. Yeah, and you also have Nick Selepic, obviously Chrissy Grimmel.
Mhm.
I mean, you go to a blind draw at Skybox, and it's just that room is loaded with talent, especially when Nick Teixeira shows up. Telling you.
I'm laughing at Nick's dance moves that he just participated in behind the scenes. What you guys don't get to see, I tell you what.
Yeah, he used to have a thing where he'd pop up his own video from time to time too, graphic wise. No, I'm just kidding. Dan goes, beer in one hand, setting darts in the other. So which did you buy first for your child, sir? Was it darts or was it the beverage? Goes, beer in one hand.
I'm looking for the win here. Going for the bull.
Oh no.
Oh no, is right. A slight drop on that last dart.
And winning darts. Match winning darts for Sean Caflisch right now.
Some big darts indeed. Could he possibly do it?
He just needs one bowl to tie it up at 208, and then there it is. There's a tie.
Double?
He goes triple. This is for the match,
wow.
guys.
Oh, wow.
And he gets it!
Oh, wow.
He stole that last leg out of nowhere. Brian Dennis is so... I mean, he knew it was coming. What just happened in that match, guys? I thought we were going at least a whole nother leg.
Wow. That is such a finish to this match. I'm speechless right now. I just don't even know what to do. Needs a single bull, double, goes ahead and just says, I'm going to go ahead and go for this triple here, and does exactly that. And it's going to be Caflisch going on into the next round on the winner's side, and Brian Dennis will be in our losers bracket.
Wow. I mean, say that again. Brian Dennis, the third place finisher in the last CSC Challenger Series Division 1, is already after night 1 in the losers bracket. I mean, that tells you all you need to know about how much more competition is here in this new season of the CSC Challenger Series. 29 players all vying for $4,500.
More players, more money, more action every Monday and Wednesday night here on the CSC Challenger Series, brought to you by Partners Promoting Darts. Wow is correct, man.
I mean, I'm going to forget to do this if I don't do it now, but do not forget to take advantage of the A2ZDarts.com deal going on, where you can receive a free Grand Cam with purchase of select Grand boards. Currently, the Grand board has the most online dart players in comparison to any other home board out there. It's not even close, guys, with our 200,000 user accounts and more than 30,000 daily matches. There's a ton of leagues, there's tons of tournaments, there's tons of competition all around the world. The new Grand Cam has taken the online experience to the next level by adding a secondary camera view that features dynamic auto zooming. Again, get one free, A2ZDarts.com with the purchase of a select Grand boards found at A-ZDarts.com. You're gonna want to get yours. Get it now. If you haven't got a Grand board now, get it now.
Bringing you the deals is A2ZDarts.com. But wow, what a start to our CSC Challenger Series. We will be coming at you again here Wednesday night with division number 2. That'll definitely be interesting, as we've got John Pilgrim coming to the table, I believe, correct?
Yeah, it's John Pilgrim, and you put me on the spot, so let me pull that back up here real quick. It's John Pilgrim, Booyah Darts, 28 years old, from Luxembourg, Wisconsin. Another Wisconsinite, so we're going to have some more Boom Goes Wisconsinites on Wednesday, maybe. He's playing against Larry Rung, a veteran in the Air Force, active from 1986 to 2000 as an air traffic controller, and that's just the little creeping I was able to do on Facebook, but he's from Omaha, Nebraska. It's going to be a good matchup, I think. Well, any Division II matchup is going to be big. You want to talk about the difference? It's 5 rating points difference between number 1 and number 26 in that bracket. It's crazy.
Little creeping goes a long way. Thank you, Sean, for that. We appreciate it, as that's going to be the next match on the stream. Y'all definitely want to be here for that one, as we're going to have another A2ZDarts.com giveaway. So there's still time to enter right now. Be sure to like and comment if you have not to be entered into that giveaway. We'll do it after the stream. We'll announce the winner and get with you tomorrow and get that out to you ASAP. That's what AZDarts.com does. And how about this? They got free shipping on all shipments over $45. If you hit that as well, you can't beat that. You just can't beat that, man. I tell you what.
Nothing beats free shipping. Nothing.
I tell you what.
Not a single thing.
Anything else you got for us tonight, Sean?
Look, I'm sweating after night one. That end to that first match, if that is any view of what we're going to see, which I know it is, of the CSC Challenger Series, tell your friends, share this to your dart groups. Wednesday, we're back with Division 2. It's going to be another fantastic matchup. John Pilgrim, Larry Rung, guys, be there.
This is just the appetizer, sir. Just the appetizer. We got a long way to go. I think it's a 20-something course meal, if not longer than that. So we're going to be in for the long haul, my man.
I'm going to need some heart medication, I think, by the end of this bad boy.
I tell you what. Well, that's going to do it from all of us here at the Partners Promoting Darts CSC Challenger Series. From all of us, Nick DeShera in the background, William Stewart here, Sean Green alongside me. Thanks for joining us. We will see you Wednesday night, 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern for Division 2.
See you there, guys.